and welcome back. And what a different Fnatic we just saw in Game 2 of this semi-final. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, once again joined by Moses, Natu and Devilwalk, and we're going to be talking through a little bit about what went so right for Fnatic and what went so wrong for Virtus.Pro on map 2. I mean, we were flicking through the statistics just before this, and it still seems there's a 100% loss ratio for VP on that map against Fnatic. That's a weird way to look at it, but it still tells the story, right?
Yeah.
Devilwalk?
I mean, yeah, they've just been completely insane, and I mean, they were really, really scary that match. If you just looked at their plays, it seems like a completely different team. But I still want to highlight there were some stumps in the communication. You were listening in, right?
Yeah. There was a lot of. I would say it was like all the way up to like 9. I think we were up like 9.
Yeah, 9-1.
Yeah, something along those lines, and they were still being a bit shaky and not really secure with everything they were doing. But you got to highlight the fact that Pronox is really good at using the information he's gathering from his teammates. There was a situation later on where there's above a minute left still, and Olofmeister was underground, and he spotted a smoke early on in the round on a short, and right away he called for a B round later on because he knew there was going to be one less smoke in B from the CTs. So kudos for a lot of reading situations by his teammates calling.
Using those like kind of scouting drones and building a picture in his head. Moses, what did you think going into this one?
I'm glad to see that you guys talked about the communication errors up until about 9-1, and then after that, I know watching it with you said they were getting a lot cleaner as they were winning, and I think that just highlights Virtus.Pro as that team that we like to call Virtus.Plow. It's based off the momentum that they gained, and not only that, but if they can get out to a hot start on this next map on Dust2, and they can force some of those communication issues to come to light for Fnatic, I mean, there's just one more benefit of getting a hot start, because we've seen them be a little bit shaky. You guys listening in the comms can hear just how shaky it is, and Virtus.Pro getting out to a quick lead, that could exacerbate that kind of an issue.
Yeah, a lot of it was basically for Fnatic was winning the right rounds, and winning those key rounds can really build up a huge lead for you. And I think that was the key factor there, basically. Working both ways, making Fnatic more confident going further in the first half, and also Virtus.Pro really just not having any fly under the wings.
Yeah, and you had to put a final closing point on that map.
I mean, it's just how crazy scary it is facing Fnatic. Everything's not on point, but they're still dominating.
Crushing.
They're crushing like they're doing on this map, and it's scary.
Things aren't all going to plan, but they still are being able to pick up wins of that degree. Like, that's the scary part, yeah. That, of course, brings us into our next talking point, which will be Dust2, our final map. And the first thing that springs to my mind was our interview with Taz, where he seemed very confident. VP seemed to think of Dust2 as a very strong map for them. Do you guys kind of feel the same?
I mean, I haven't seen it personally, but from what I assume is that they've had like a lot of work done on their practice. They've said to each other that they need a deeper map pool, and we have to play Dust2 and figure this map out. And seems like they have with the task being that confident.
I mean, also it is kind of a little interesting that he feels that way, because they just played Mouse Sports on it last weekend at Gfinity and they got beat, and that was a map where it looked like they were very heavily reliant on a mid-B split. And it just kept getting shut down, but always in the mid-run when they had a decision to make, it just seemed like they fell back on that mid-B split. But one thing to note is we saw Neo, we saw Snacks, we saw Pasha all opping on Overpass for Virtus.Pro, and this is a map we saw just in the last series that multiple op setups can do some damage right now.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about this. Like, Pasha is like sometimes like on and off with the op, and it's great that he actually has those two teammates to actually like pick up the op when he doesn't feel confident with it. And yeah, I think that's going to be a major factor and deciding factor for this game.
For me, if I'm VP, the one thing that I got to be aware of is just the ability to play a really dynamic city side from Fnatic, and how they can just switch around, move around, maneuver, especially like opping, double opping from like Olive and JW.
Yeah, that's
and that could be horrible for you as a terrorist team.
Yeah, and you know what I'm going to ask you boys before we do jump on into the action. It's a quick predictions then time. We've seen the first two maps. Who do you see clinching this semi-final?
I mean, I have to go with Fnatic still.
Okay.
This is a very unbiased opinion.
I think, yeah.
Not obliged to say that. Not at all. Not at all.
Natu, go on, hit me with yours.
I think I'm going to side with him, though. I feel like Fnatic is just a map that suits the team better, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel very similarly. I think Fnatic will take Dust2. It's a map that lends itself to a lot of the individual plays, and I mean, there's a lot of space for these Fnatic players to find that kind of aggressive peak, that one-on-one duel. Olafmeister is an animal on this map. You know, when he decides to push up mid or push off catwalk, always seems to find success.
And so then let's jump on into the action then with your casting team. Who will meet Cloud9 in the finals? Take it away, Anders. Take it away, Semler.
Thank you very much, Alex. And yeah, we're going to go into the final map here of this best of 3 semi-finals. It's going to be on Dust2, and we already have the knife round going on here. What a semi it's been already. Very, very close game on Cash, even though VP did look dominant. It still was very close, and on the second map, it was not even anywhere near close. It was just Fnatic destroying VP.
Well, I think, Anders, you might have hit the nail on the head, right? Although it wasn't Flusha getting pissed off and going completely ape. It was, or it wasn't Olafmeister, rather, it was Flusha.
Yeah.
You know, that's, they just looked like Fnatic. They unleashed the beast that was waiting inside, and they just completely mauled Virtus.Pro, which is weird because Virtus.Pro's logo is a bear, so you would think that they'd be the one getting the claws out and actually, tearing people to shreds. But that's just the way it works sometimes. Fnatic now have tied up the series 1-1, and going into Dust2, I think this is going to be a bit more of an even match. I don't think we're going to see overpass where it's just one-sided. Fnatic are able to completely stomp out Virtus.Pro. I think that this is going to be a bit more of a back-and-forth affair because both of these teams, I mean, sure, they've started practicing it, sure, they've been playing it, but they might be a little bit weaker than what we expect on this map in particular. So to close things out, I could see this going back and forth, having quite a few trade rounds instead of it just being very one-sided.
Yeah, I honestly don't know quite what to pick. Like I said, Virtus.Pro have had a time in the past where they've been very good on this map. Fnatic, I mean, Devilwalk, we talked to him yesterday and he said it's definitely not one of their strongest maps, but maybe both teams have brought something to the table here that we don't quite know about yet. So I'm definitely interested to see where this is gonna head into. I'd love a very, very close Dust2 map, and I mean it's a good map for it anyway. It's a map that, I mean, at least all players on a basic level can play, right?
Yeah, and between both of these teams, you're really just hoping for overtime, right? Just end the series in style, go all 30 rounds, and then settle it in OT to get into that last spot for the grand finals, to go on and face off against Cloud9, the North American hope here in this tournament. Cloud9 played earlier in the first semifinal of the day, beat CLG 2-0 flat out, no contest. It was a very one-sided affair. We're definitely getting our entertainment in this series, though. Both of these teams just giving it all they got, and now we should be just moments away from getting into this second map, or rather this third map here. So, as far as Fnatic are concerned, it looks like VP will be starting on the CT side, Fnatic on the T side, and we're all just waiting. What is happening here?
I'm not sure. I think the teams are just on the brink of being ready, and I hope you guys at home are as well. If you are just joining us, and this is going to be the final map of the day. And then it's time for grand finals, so it should be tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow evening, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah,
I mean, I can't believe Cloud9 is in the grand finals. It's super exciting. They got there by playing really solid, very composed Counter-Strike, and at a level that we've pretty much never seen them play at before. Cloud9 have had a couple of victories against, good teams, but then it's mostly been individual performances, some guy going crazy and getting a lot of kills. This is like a full team effort, and they seemed super professional when you were listening to their comms on the POV stream. They just sounded so smooth. It was a real pleasure.
It's a night and day, right? It's night and day. And they've gone ahead and gotten a few firsts out of this tournament already. First time in a long time that a North American team is in the grand finals. It's the most prize money that a North American team has won as well. I mean, there's a lot going for Cloud9. They're going to have the world, North America basically watching them pretty closely tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll see if they can spread their wings then. But VP, Fnatic, exactly. We're going live with a pistol round now. Virtus.Pro starting on the CT side, Fnatic on the T side on the offense. And 4 Kevlar picked up so far from Fnatic, a single set of nades, and a bullet from Pasha to Crim's dome. Thank you very much, Pasha, for starting things off strong here for Virtus.Pro. Now it gets interesting. What do Fnatic have in store for us now that they've lost their lurker, essentially, the man that they left on the outskirts?
Instantly downed, and Crims, I mean, if he could have kept a couple of people over there, they still got 2 over at long, but now they're pushing up. They're going to know very soon what's happening here. Pasha's waiting, and Bialy's going to be falling back as they are trying to make their way in towards this B-bomb site. Snack's trying to go aggressive, leaving Neo alone in the bomb site, and Olafmeister's coming for him. Can end up getting the kill, and this is not looking good. Pronax hiding in the smoke in the middle. They want to flash their way through, but they still can't see him. And he's got the Glock. He's walking up behind them. Pronax gets one. He doesn't realize there's a second player there and ends up going down to Bialy, but it might be too late here anyway. Good shot from Flusha. He's going to leave it up to Bialy. 1v3, no chance to get into this site. Olaf going to take him out. And Fnatic will win that round with, I mean, even losing the entry, they made a pretty quick call and just went for it.
Yeah, and you got to give it to Snacks as well. He set it up. I mean, this is like almost old Titan stuff with Existence, right? Just smoke off the doors, collapse on Upper Dark, catch anybody out there that you can, right? If you can kill the bomb carrier, if you can kill somebody there, maybe you can turn things around and hold on to that position, allow them to site and play for the retake. But Snacks, Flusha wasn't giving him the chance. He didn't give him any opportunity at all. He just slapped Snacks rather immediately and just completely shut down that plan.
Look at Pasha's way of jumping to look over the wall in the middle to try and look into T-spawn. That's very cool. But over at the A-bomb site, it is going to be Taz trying to defend with this 5-7 in hand. And a couple of counter grenades are coming out here. Pasha did pick up one kill, but the bomb site is lost, which means now Fnatic don't have to take very many risks at the moment. They can just put the bomb down and defend, although Ali picks up a kill and Snacks trying to make his way through. Not going to be successful this time. And that should have been the Scout Pro League on there. You're trying to help out.
Bialy somehow down to 4 HP as well. It sounded like that was an HE to the face. So Virtus.Pro taking quite a bit of damage here to start things off, but they're actually playing like they want to hold on to the gear that they have. Neo with that Deagle can take a bit more of a forward position. Sure, he's sitting at 100 HP, but Pasha and Bialy both very low, and Pasha, brave to the bitter end, right? Goes for the peak and will just pay with his life. So the Scout could get saved here by Neo, but Fnatic right now, they're not really hunting too hard, actually. They're looking to just hold on to the gear that they have. They don't want to be giving too much to VP, especially considering Bialy's got an MP7 now to play with. No reason to give him more money than he's already got.
Yeah, they don't want to give up any money, but at the same time, this Scout could make a big difference. We've seen that time and again. And I think Neo, yeah, he also saved the Deagle, so he can throw that Scout over to Pasha instead and still be in a good position himself. So it's just a little bit, but at this level, even a Scout, even just a Deagle being saved, it does make a difference. And we're going to see if it's going to come into play this time around. Fnatic going to play this round a little bit more slowly. And Pasha, since he didn't even get spotted doing this last time, he's going to go for it again.
Why not, right? Yeah. Clever stuff, and Bialy aggressive on Cat right now, trying to catch somebody out here in mid, but no targets presenting themselves. Fnatic just waiting patiently in lower dark. Now they begin to push. They get that HE in there to clear out the angle, and Bialy just holds down mouse one and actually gets a long distance spray down onto Cribs. Unreal. Pasha up close, misses the shot initially versus Olafmeister, who is managing to back off. But this is so close now for Fnatic. They've taken a lot of damage to start things.
Oh, Bialy did go down. He actually wanted to come in there and get the kill onto Olaf at the end, but instead it was Snacks who picked it up. And I'm wondering if Crims had no head armor, because he took so much damage so early on. He should have. I mean, he had the money for it, but sometimes people make some silly mistakes. Grenades on in. Yeah. They don't have any grenades to clear him out with. They have 1 HE on Pronax, but that's probably not going to be quite enough unless it's dead on. Snacks here, hiding in the corner, 5-7 in hand. They're not going to check. He takes the first kill, but if he had let them both by, you got to wonder if that would have worked out or not. They're trying to push into the site. The Deagle is up there waiting. JW coming in from the middle. Is he going to be able to stab them in the back? He gets the first kill, and now Pasha goes down next. And a triple kill from JW. Very close round from Fnatic. Very scary.
Yeah, such an expensive round as well. They're going to have to spend so much money now to re-equip themselves with the AKs. They should have an AWP if they want it, but they're going to dodge that and instead go for full AKs, full nades. So, they're going to try and change up the pace here, Fnatic. If they don't want to rely on the AWP to get an entry, they just want to be quick on their feet. Pasha, him, wow, shoots Snacks in the back as Snacks goes aggressive through mid doors. That's a painful mistake right there. Snacks down to 63 HP, and he hasn't even seen anybody from Fnatic yet.
Bialy up here again. This time Crim sees it coming and is going to pick up that kill, which is also going to be the first of this Dust2 map for him. But it's a bit scary that once again it's Flusha carrying the full weight. He's 5-1-0. This has been an unreal semifinals for Flusha. He's really stepped it up. Neo trying to push in here. The smoke is up. He's going to hide in the corner. And there's going to be more people than he has bullets coming through any second now. He's going to try and spray down. They line up Neo. He gets one. He gets a third one. Pistols out. He's looking for the kill on Flusha. Flashbangs in, and Neo gets a quad kill. What an unreal play from him. And now it's going to be down to Pronax in a 1v3. That should never have worked. So many people and just 20 bullets. And he gets 4 of them.
The ideal situation, right? Lining up like that, and that leaves Pronax now in a very awkward spot. 40 seconds left, sure, but Taz has that smoke, and he's not going to make it any easier here for Pronax. Decides to peek before the smoke blooms, and he will get the shot. No, it's Neo with the ace. In the end, this man is zoned in, and in the first buy round for Virtus.Pro, he comes in big, in spades. That's exactly what had to happen. Those are the first 5 kills that he's picked up this entire map as well, right there.
That is huge. He has 8 bullets left as he's killed the first 2 members. That took 12 bullets for him to get the first 2 kills then, and then he just picks it up anyway. 9 times out of 10, you will not be able to do anywhere near that. You'll probably just trade a kill and then end up going down.
And Flush has been dropped now in this force buy as well. That's the AK gone. They do seem to be able to recover it. However, Olofmeister now with the weapon to work with. I'm curious to see, did Crims actually spot out the man holding mid? Looks like he tried to push some shots through the smoke. But instead, it's going to be Bialy peeking out, taking out Olofmeister instantly, and that's going to rock Fnatic. Now down to 3 players here in this quasi-buy. JW with the AWP in mid. Doesn't peek far enough to find Pasha. And now life gets a little bit difficult. They need to find the kills. Pronax there with the Tech 9 catches Bialy off guard. Taz down low, already down to 9 HP as well from the shots earlier. And Pronax will find this kill as well. Now they have the AK, and now they're fully equipped. Fnatic with a minute left. They have all the time in the world now to force Virtus.Pro to make a mistake, such as Pasha peeking long straight into JW's crosshairs.
Virtus.Pro starting this round in a 5v3 could have just played it safely and waited and taken the time. Instead, they go for the fights a little bit too much. And now it's backfiring on them quite heavily. It's a mistake they almost made a bunch of times on Cash as well. Just knowing when to fight and when not to fight. JW going to be sneaking in here with the AWP. He misses a shot. And now could they get the cross kills? Snax is going to pick up the kill on Pronax, and the bomb is now dropped. Neo gets a kill, but he goes down to JW. A nice round here for Fnatic. A very critical run. Is going to make it 4-1. And just a touch up on Neo's ace there as well. One of the very, very sexy details in that ace is the fact that his teammate's actually throwing a grenade into the bomb site that Neo turns around for, which means he's getting the call on TeamSpeak that there's a flash, I'm flashing. He turns around and he pulls out the pistol and then goes back for the kill. It's very smooth teamwork.
That's what it takes to be the best, essentially, to be at the very top. And, well, Bialy getting a spray down onto Flusha as well is certainly going to help things. With the P250, he gets the job done. Flusha 2 times in a row now that he's died over it long without really getting too much out of it. And Snax doing what Snax does best, waiting in the smoke and mid, hoping to catch somebody off guard. Right now, though, that leaves Neo all by his lonesome over on the B site. Not a pleasant situation, especially now that Snax has been picked off. They're going to know that Fnatic know that this is only one man over here. Olofmeister clears it out, and easy bomb plant, easy bomb situation here for Fnatic.
Olofmeister clears it by jumping around the corner with the Galil. Because
YOLO.
Yeah.
Because Olofmeister.
Well, Bialy and Taz left. Taz has stolen a Galil, which he wouldn't... I mean, it wouldn't be such a bad choice for him to try and save this, really. They do not have a lot of money on that VP side.
Mm-hmm. And I'm getting flashbacks to Overpass right now, where Fnatic were successful in resetting Virtus.Pro's money repeatedly. So Virtus.Pro, they win a round. What happens next? They lose, and they're not able to save any guns either. So it doesn't get any easier for them. This is almost a double eco situation once again. So, well, they have 3 guys above 4,000.
But the problem is, if you buy now, then you sort of eliminate yourself from going for, let's say, double orb or even just a single one. So, I don't know. These force buys are actually... They're part of... I mean, when Fnatic were force buying on Cash, that's part of what cost them the game. Hope Virtus.Pro don't fall into the same rhythm here. It's going to be a scout and a couple of M4s here on the VP side, and they got to make this work. Snax hiding in the corner. Bialy drawing away all the attention, and then Snax comes for the kill. Very smart teamwork. Bomb is dropped, and Pasha comes in and takes out Olofmeister. Great work here for the Polish team.
Yeah, this is some old school stuff from Virtus.Pro, basically collapsing on mid, taking the fight early, slapping Fnatic, who could be used to a more passive style from the CT side, where it's just allow for Fnatic to get set up with 3, and then everything kind of plays out from there. No, VP take the fight early. Fnatic should be aware of this sort of style. You can see it. They're trying to set it up so that they don't get overwhelmed, but VP, they're just straight up outplaying Fnatic in that round right there.
Right, and if you go back when we started the semifinals and look at the VOD, this is actually how we introduced Dust2, and the way that VP played it a year and a half ago is exactly this style. Aggressive push middle, aggressive double push this time on Catwalk. Very hard to deal with if you're Fnatic, and yeah. That style is not easy. Taz and 0 kills still, starting here in the 8th round.
Yeah, that's not ideal at all, man. I mean, everybody kind of struggling a little bit on VP's side right now to just chain those kills together. But this is going to be a good opportunity here for Virtus.Pro to build some confidence and to build some money, because it's a pistol eco out of Fnatic. They do have a few nades to set up this push into upper. But right now, Virtus.Pro, it seems like they're trying to make adjustments on the fly. Fnatic have been hitting this B site quite a bit. And so they had 2 players here early on, but then just hit the timing perfectly, Fnatic. It's going to be Snax holding at the doors, however, and he is holding his own. Neo is there with the scout as well. Pasha steps in. He wants a piece of the action. He's going to get the spray down onto Olofmeister. That leaves Crims and JW last 2 alive, but they are getting some work done, getting 2 kills. That's all they'll get in the end, Fnatic. But still, good adjustment there by VP, basically predicting the fact that Fnatic wanted to go towards that B side at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a big fan of how aggressive they are in window and doorway like that. I feel like they can easily, like once they get the first 2 kills, fall back and wait for them to make the crossing. And then if they really try and get the bomb down, then go aggressive and try and stop them from doing it. I feel like maybe they were a little bit too eager to fight once again, for my taste anyway. Double up setup on the terrorist side now. Fnatic have the money, and they're going to try and see if they can let that be the difference here. Snacks waiting in middle. Very good angle, but he gets down by Olof anyway. That was a strange angle to be holding from Snacks, but Olof saw it coming somehow. Taz, if he jumped again, he might be seeing Crims. He's going to be falling back.
Yeah, and this is so key for Fnatic. They get that entry. The double up, that's what it's all about. It's just get that entry frag early, put the pressure on Virtus.Pro, get them to be a man down. And now you see, I mean, Virtus.Pro having to rotate around. You actually have 2 guys in mid doors right now. If Fnatic knew this, they'd be pouncing on the A site. But Fnatic aren't throwing anything away. They got the man advantage. Now they sit, they wait, they continue to apply the pressure and look for more picks. Pasha goes for the aggressive peek mid, trying to make that op work, and it just doesn't happen for him at all. 2-man advantage now for Fnatic.
And VP kind of have to take a risk here. I mean, they have to come up with something. They can't just wait around in a 3v5. I'd love to see them try and group up and maybe even all group up on the same bomb site and say, all right, either you come here and we win, or it's not working out at all.
And they're just going to persist going B. Fnatic are not interested in the A side at all.
Oh, Bialy picks up a kill. Taz might do it. He's going to take down JW. Neo in sight. If he gets one, it's going to be huge. Almost a double kill, and now Taz coming in for it. Look at the clock here. 15 seconds left. They try and make the crossing in. One is going to be successful. Bomb gets thrown over as well. But Pronex is very low on health, and there's a Molotov in the corner. Taz, now he knows where he is. Can they actually work together here? Pronex going to go down. Flusher, last man, and Virtus.Pro shouldn't be winning this round, but they still might. 9 bullets left. Bialy going to go for the peak, and Flusher goes down. VP win it. That's a huge comeback into the round from a 3v5 right into a victory.
And 2 big kills as well. One, the lurk. No idea why JW is going towards that A site to give a free kill over there. Neo, he knows that was way too close. And the fact that everybody basically gets a frag out of that, turning it into a 2-on-2. VP just came through huge in that round. That is all there is to be said, essentially. So now Fnatic, that's going to rock them a little bit here. And Fnatic going for the force buy as well. Straight 4 rifles, decent nade count. JW with the CZ75, but they're putting everything into this right now, Fnatic. If they lose this round, they're going to get reset hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it, really. But obviously, it's going to have to be put to the test. But I doubt if this is the best way for them to play it. They already have a pretty good lead, and even if it turns into a 5-5, if they can keep putting pressure on the B bomb side and continuously find opening frags with an AWP, I'd much rather have them do that than I would the Khalil CZ75 mix here.
Well, Pasha's already in position holding this key spot basically on the A site, which is cars at long, looking towards catwalk, looking towards that entrance towards the A site. He hasn't had much action over here, unfortunately for him. It's been kind of boring, and it looks like it might be more of the same here because Fnatic are currently sneaking their way out into mid with the bomb leading.
And this position is something that actually Cloud9 did when they were playing here. Very, very cool. They were actually trying to counter the pistol round that was being thrown at them, but Taz is going to get smoked off anyway. Snack trying to get back here. Taz gets a kill, but still in sight. Neo is going to be holding, and he does a lot of damage before he falls. Snack's now alone. 12 bullets left, and he's getting simply surrounded. In the middle, Crims is holding, and do they check this spot? They don't, and that's the end of the round here. Bialy really can't clutch this. 1v3, and he's got no head armor either. Gonna try and go for it anyway.
He's trying to take this fight, and they're gonna just change up. Crims can take the fight if he wants. He's at 100 HP, but a perfect anti-flash to buy more time for Fnatic to get out of dodge, get over to B slope. All of them holding outside, and they all peek together. You can see the countdown as well. 3, 2, 1, go. Goodbye, Bialy. He still takes one with him, so that's not too shabby. It's still only 2 guys surviving the round for Fnatic, so one of them is going to take the brunt of the damage as far as actually having to buy up again. But VP, they actually have more money in the bank than I thought they did. I thought that this would be a bit more grim, but they are going to go for the force.
A big mistake for Bialy to go for that fight, especially when they buy now. Why would he fight in a 1v3 with so little time left?
Yep.
If he'd saved that M4, they would have had almost a full buy this time. That, in my opinion, is actually a critical mistake.
Instead, it's going to be Pasha trying to be heroic here with the AWP. Looking long, he gets boosted up. Looks to pit, misses the shot though. And he gets a nade for his trouble as well. Down to 37 HP. Fnatic, they've got control of long. They're starting to push their way closer towards the site. They've got two guys still holding out in mid as well. Snack's going to try and create some magic here, but it's not meant to be. Pronax shuts him down hard, and that's a man advantage now for Fnatic. 2-man advantages. Flusher rushes up onto the site. Taz gets backstabbed by JW with the MP7, and Bialy trying to do the best that he can with an M4. He's alive on Cat, and he's got 2 kills so far. Could get a third, and he will. Takes out Crims. That leaves Olofmeister and Pronax as the last 2 players here for Fnatic, and the bomb only just now will get planted. Olofmeister still waiting up here to see if somebody on VP is going to get antsy.
He might be hearing Neo jumping, so he's a bit scared. Maybe he doesn't know exactly what weapon he has. Going to peek up there, and Bialy will be going down. So MP7 versus M4, and the AK not going to be working out here. Great double kill for Olof, and Fnatic barely make it out of the round. It's down to some very, very tight rounds here. This is not like on Overpass where they just ran over VP, but they are winning those clutches, just like they did for a while on Cash. VP have got to come up with some sort of answer here, and it really, really, really pains me that they didn't save that M4. That could have a really big impact on the game.
Yeah, it's back to eco now for VP. Story of their lives at this point, past 2 maps, and it's a 5-7 for Bialy going aggressive top mid, but Fnatic, they aren't wasting any time. They got into long, they leave a man lurking, and now they're just holding, making sure that VP can't go for this kind of push. They're going to pick up the 1. Have to be careful about getting ahead of themselves, though, but Crims lands the shot, luckily, on Pasha, and that means no joy for VP in mid. We do have the backstab coming in from Neo all the way through T-Spawn, so he may be able to actually get in here fast. But the push has now been initiated on long. Fnatic are going to start carrying that bomb up onto the bomb site. And Taz waiting at Car, going to face 3 Fnatic members at the same time. Obviously no joy for him there.
No, not working out so well. Snags, 4 health left on Olofmeister. He just won't die.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, well, it might be a free kill here for Neo at least. Knife him. Do it.
Do it, Neo.
Do it, Neo.
Do it, Neo. Yeah, Neo. Get that money. $1,500 in his pocket, and Olofmeister probably face bombing right now.
Well, good headshot onto Crims as well. Turns a 180, but he is kind of trapped in here. I mean, they're on all sides. And look at Olofmeister. Oh, yes. He knows. Oh, that's some good fun right there. 8-4, and moving into the 13th round, this is turning into quite an overwhelming half for Fnatic. If VP can turn this around and get the next 3 rounds, make it 7-8, they're definitely still in the game. I actually think they can be all right with even 6 rounds. They're still competitive, but 7 rounds definitely has to be the goal right now. They've got the AWP on Pasha, and Fnatic, with all AKs, could definitely be a B push coming out of them here.
They may try and go for the rinse and repeat. Delayed hold it long, actually. Straight Olofmeister just playing it very patiently over there. Will he go for the peek? Pasha, no, misses the shot, puts it into the wall. And here I was about to say, you know, rewarded for his patience, a free kill onto Olofmeister. No, he misses it. And yeah, Pasha's wondering right now, what the hell? This isn't a 1v1 map, Olaf. I should be landing my shots. What's going on here?
Oh, man. Pop flash into Catwalk, and that will actually scare Pasha back up from that hiding spot there. Still just a little bit less than a minute left here on the clock. So they are starting to show presence on Catwalk, but the aggressive push coming out of Upper Dark from the B side of the map means now VP are going to have a really good shot at defending over at A right now. They should know what's coming up, and one is going to fall back in and try and help out while the other keeps pushing. So VP is actually reading and playing the situation quite well. 35 seconds, and they know what's coming as well. Pronax, though, with a good opening. Pasha missing another shot. And now the smokes are up. JW taking down Neo. Oh, no, it's not working out here for VP. Pasha going to get caught. In spite of all that info, they just could not settle the defense.
And what I'm thinking here is how that should be an impossible situation for Fnatic. VP, with all of the information, they should be able to set up completely with 4 players on that site, or at least Neo already rotating over quickly down B slope. He should have been in CT very rapidly there. They could have had 3 guys holding solid, a line there on the A site. But VP, they just get completely caught out. Fnatic starting it off strong with the entry and just never letting up the pressure from there. So, wow, okay, Crims, Snacks doesn't even know what hit him there. Crims just annihilates him, and, well, I mean, Fnatic have got them by the throats at this point because VP, their money, once again, broken.
I would say, if I had to sort of give one headline to the issues that VP are running into in this semifinals on the CT side, I would say they tend to fight too much, essentially. That A bomb site on Dust2 is one of the sort of more friendly ones for retaking. So instead of maybe all trying to fight at the same time, nice entry here from Pasha. 2 kills. We'll get back to that point later on as Pasha does go down. It's still a fairly expensive round here for the Fnatic team. 2v3 at the moment. But yes, when they keep playing that aggressively over at A, if they had two people down on long in that round. So as long as they stop the push on long, even if they lose the bomb side and the bomb goes down, the 3 people who are on short from Fnatic, What does it matter? They have 5 people retaking against 3 who are just holding short. That's an easy round if you're on the CT side. Instead, they lose half their force in the fight for A, and then they just can't do the retake. They can't even win the round.
Well, Taz is living on 2 HP right now, and Neo is alive on the site, so they have made the correct call with the gamble here for VP, basically trying to shut Fnatic out of A. Neo can land the headshots, and he will. He delivers one, gets a second one as well. Crims is gone. There's the sailing, the HE from Olofmeister, though, to take out Neo. And he swaps out for the AK. Taz trying to get clever, pushing through this smoke. No, he backs off, but Olofmeister should be ready for him, and he will secure the round. Very close there for Taz. I'm sure he's going to be frustrated, but that is a 10th round on the board now for Fnatic, going into the last round of this first half. And VP now, I think it is a bit too much here for Fnatic. 9-6 could have been feasible because we have seen a shift back towards T side, or at least this being a T favored map. But 10-5, best case scenario for VP. It's just like Overpass. It's a stretch.
5 of the rounds, 5 of the 10 rounds that Fnatic have won right now, they've had 2 or 1 members left alive. So it's been 5 clutch rounds essentially for the Fnatic team out of the 10 that they've won. That is crazy. I mean, if even a couple of those rounds go in favor of VP, this is a very different scenario. But you gotta give Fnatic credit for consistency. They really are great at pulling it home when it's down to that 2v2, 1v1 situation. And they're being rewarded in spades right now. It's down to the 15th round, as you said, and VP are looking not very impressive at the moment. Fnatic, they are looking like a team that's about to make yet another finals.
Yeah, yet another grand finals. I mean, we shall see. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but it wouldn't be too much of a stretch at this point. VP down to 3 players alive versus the 5 of Fnatic. And Fnatic, they've got control of long. Once again, Flash will go out, trying to slow things up. There's the smoke as well. Neo just trying to do the best that he can. He gets flashed in by a mate, goes for the spray, but does not get the kill. JW lives with 10 HP. Still, Fnatic, they double smoke slope. They're not going to let him get through here. If this actually works for Neo, it would be magical. But Bialy's going to get caught on the A side. Neo goes charging through, but Pronax trades him fast. And Taz is now the last man alive, dancing on the edge of the smoke to get shut down by JW. 11-4, the final score at the end of this first half, and Crims just looks nonplussed. He's just like eyebrow up, like, okay then. We're nearly there, gents.
Yeah, and I mean, the beast did come alive at the end of this first half as well. Olofmeister ending up at 17 kills. And then actually, interestingly enough, on Fnatic, it's then 12, 11, 11, and 10. So almost everyone else on Fnatic is sort of tied with each other. But very, very impressive, obviously, for Fnatic. Nothing much else to say. Really tough first half for Virtus.Pro. To come back into this game is going to require a bit of a miracle.
Well, what have we witnessed so far? Like, Pronax on the first 2 maps has been in the single digits, right? Like, Overpass was actually him fairly low. Of course, his teammates were doing the work, but he still hasn't really come through. This map, however, double digits across the board. I mean, this is now the beast Fnatic. This is the Fnatic that goes in to win a tournament. And to go over onto the CT side now, a side that they should be confident on. I mean, it's going to be all the talk right now for Virtus.Pro as to what they need to do to actually get the win here in the pistol.
I think the CT sides from VP are simply, it's great that they're aggressive, but that aggression has to end when they get the advantage. And then, because otherwise, a team like Fnatic will take it back. If you keep finding them, at any point, one of them could just step up and get a couple of headshots, and suddenly you no longer have that lead. So it feels like they're pretty good at getting themselves into position VP where they might be able to win the round, but after that, it starts to fall downhill. And yeah, that bit of info there. Yeah. Hale is one of the greatest all-time CS 1.6 players. That is no exaggeration.
No joke. A legendary player right here. And I mean, still playing at the very top in CSGO. Top 4 team. One of the best players in the world still.
Yeah, but actually it's funny that he's playing Olofmeister, because I mean, in 1.6, Neo was, could AWP, could rifle, could do pretty much anything. And really, lately in Global Offensive, we've actually seen Neo return to the AWP a lot more. So there's like, it's almost come like full circle at this point. It's quite
Cash
cool.
B Halls, right? There you go. One of his favorite spots.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the man who's calling right now for Virtus.Pro. Snacks. He's the one who's going to be making the play here, basically deciding what they need to do here in this pistol round. Curious to know what information he would have got off of Fnatic as well, because you can be damn sure that he's been going over the VODs, trying to suss out any kind of details that he can get about this map in particular. But that's the mind game as well of CS, because Pronax is also going to be thinking, well, okay, what did we do recently on this map? Okay, what can we do differently here that could catch Virtus.Pro off guard? Again, Devilwalk even mentioned that, where Fnatic, they try to think of anti-strats for themselves, right? What would they do against us?
And look at this. I mean, Vugo and Pronax having a bit of a conversation here, trying to figure out what might be going on, as I think we're missing Olofmeister, but that, there is a bit there. And on the other team, you can see, I mean, Cuban is behind him there. Snax is really just talking to the team at this point. He is giving out orders here, it feels like, whereas Pronex is more having like a relaxed conversation. Man, 11-4 first half. That is overwhelming. By the way, if you are just joining us back at home here, it's the final map of this semifinals here, and it's the final half as well coming up. Right now the scoreline is 11-4 in favor of Fnatic. They were just playing on the terrorist side, and they had an overwhelming first half here. So second half is going to be very tough for VP. Obviously, pistol round is an absolute must, and I'm curious to see what they're going to go for.
I'm as well at this point, really. They're going to get pumped up now. Taz trying to get the spirit going. He is like the spirit of VP, essentially. When Taz is pumped, things seem to go well. Pasha also needs to be stepping up with the kills.
And Taz has had a really terrible first half. 3 kills in 15 rounds is just not enough. But now we are going to head into it here. So welcome back once again. It is almost all grenades on the VP side. 2 armors. That is actually unusual.
This is actually fascinating. 4 Kevlars picked up for Fnatic. A kit on Crims. And the aggressive push from JW. Of course, JW just doing JW things. He's got his man Olafmeister backing him as well. But Bialy in a very unlikely spot. All the way up on the boxes. Does JW spot him? Yes, he does. And that's the bomb as well. JW now knows to fall back. Olafmeister goes aggressive into lower dark as well. And that's actually going to pay off for VP. They get the kill instantly. But JW still hanging around in suicide. Gets the headshot on Pasha. And it's a man advantage still for Fnatic.
And fighting from CT spawn. JW might be about to wrap around here. He will go down eventually. So they have the bomb in T-spawn. As long as Taz doesn't die with it, this might actually work out. They're in a 3v3. The only problem is they have no idea what the CTs are holding. And Pronex and Crims, if they show themselves one at a time, they won't know there's a second player there. Crims, they both go down. Snax and Taz pick it up. And now it will be down to Flusher here in a 1v3. How on earth did this round actually work out for VP?
Some sick communication is what.
Yeah, and look at this. Because they have the time, instead of just continuing to run, this is very smart play. I love this call coming out from Snax here. And this is where your in-game leader really has to make a smart call. If they ran out long and Flusher's just back here at the USPS, could he get 3 headshots? Absolutely. So they kind of denied him the chance to do anything here. Now he's running into a bomb site with no grenades. And also no kit.
Yeah, and just, no time. He needs a kill instantly, essentially. He needs to be able to pick somebody up so quickly here. But all of the gear has been dropped on the other side of the map, so he can't even go and pick up a kit. Instead, he gets spotted out, and now VP, all they have to do is set up for after plants. They're going to face him together, though. No fear at all. And that's what you got to also give to VP as well. For them to realize what was happening, that Fnatic were pushing into T-spawn like that, and not to peek one at a time, not to trust, go back there and confirm. No, if nobody was there, that's fine. But what they did is they peek all 3 together at the same time as a unit, and Fnatic just get completely caught off guard by that. So talk about a rush there for Fnatic where they think, yes, we've got it in the bag, we've got this pistol, we're going to take this map, and then it just comes crashing down to the ground when VP just completely smashed them.
Look at this. They know that Fnatic are going to go for the scout play. They pretty much always do this on Dust2. So as a result, they want to try and go in for B where they hope they're not going to be fighting a scout. They will be fighting that Deagle from Flusher and also Crims at the corner with the C-set 75 and the Polish team. They are making their way forward here. Flusher going to go down and Crims to follow swiftly. Great double kill from Snax, and JW's scout is not going to get anything done here. Very confident, very solid round. This is what we saw when we were watching Cash as well, and they never really got a chance to do an overpass, but on Cash, they had these rounds where they were super explosive and Fnatic couldn't actually adjust to it in time. So, yeah, if Snax is capable of making these kind of calls, that'll be great. So good exit frags here, though, from Fnatic.
Yeah, you got to give them that. They're actually making this pretty expensive. Pronax with a 5.7 long range like this is an excellent pistol to have in this situation. And he's got the support of Olafmeister, who isn't too far away with that CZ, although Pasha is closing in the steps. He's going to jump forward. Olafmeister nearly picks up one, and Pronax tag teams it, takes out Taz. They're making this so expensive. Fnatic still hanging in there. Pronax getting another one. That's 3 kills for him total. Snax, he's had enough. He's going to tap out. He's like, okay, I'm going to hold on to my AK. That is enough money that we need to spend in the next round. Terrific play there between Pronax and Olafmeister, the 2 of them working together to make that so expensive for VP.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much, but Fnatic not feeling confident enough that they want to try for anything crazy like a buy-up in this round. They just satisfied that they got a couple of rifles away there, and the VP have to rebuy a bunch. Good entry as Pasha takes down JW. Olafmeister in a corner. He really can't survive. Taz will take him out, which is a good job since he's carrying that submachine gun.
Yeah, Taz with the MAC-10. Exactly, bonus $600 in his pocket right there. Flusha holding cross, looking to see if he can't find a headshot, but long range with the USP, odds are pretty slim of him doing the damage necessary. Pronax is going to be leading the charge here. Krim's actually going to bait himself out, and Pronax bases right into the spray. Neo with the double spray down in the end, and that's pretty much going to be a fairly quick round there. Fnatic now, though, going into the buy round. And we have to see how they decide to play this. Do they go aggressive, or are they going to play ultra passive? I don't think there's a mid. I think it needs to be one or the other here versus Virtus.Pro.
Taz, you're not going to hold on to that MAC-10, are you?
Is he really?
Oh.
Taz, why are you doing this again?
I am not even... I think that MAC-10 might have actually made a difference on overpass. I can't be 100% sure, but even the fact that it might have been is a little bit scary. And now it's happening again, so hopefully he won't get into a position where it's going to make the difference. They are going very quickly up catwalk here, and Bayali going to be sprayed down by Pronax. That smoke covering perfectly. Pronax trying to get back, and he does reload, and eventually Taz will go down, and Pasha with a return. Snacks with one as well. Neo picking off JW. Is down into a 1v1. All of Meister going to face. Neo goes down. One headshot there, and that would have been the round in favor of VP, but it doesn't work out that way. Fnatic will end up taking it, and now it's 12-7.
And now this is when the impact of that expensive second round is going to be felt by Virtus.Pro, because they're going to be light on nades. They're going to spend everything they've got here. So if Fnatic win this round, that puts Fnatic on 13, and it puts Virtus.Pro in a 4-spy situation. Either eco or 4-spy. It's one or the other, but it's going to be very difficult for VP. Pasha gets tagged by JW. They both exchange shots, in fact, as JW drops down to 28. But it's a buy on Flush on Fnatic's side. It's a pretty solid one, all things considered, as well. So we have to see now, VP, they slow down as well. They're not going for the straight-up aggression this time. Now they're going to go for the slow play, try and get the pick, and then explode somewhere on the map.
Yeah, Scout versus AWP in the middle, and doesn't work out too well for JW. But now they need that entry, and right now a B split wouldn't be too bad, especially if they can put a couple of people in upper dark here. JW is going to be spotting middle, so he's going to have a teammate looking out of B. Maybe they could set up some sort of crossfire, but the smoke is in, and Olaf, he's going to put up that Molotov. JW going down, and this is a big issue. And look at Virtus.Pro. This is exactly what we were talking about. They're actually making a very smart call here. They get the entry, they have enough time to switch their style, and they're going to do it. Flusha ends up going down. I love this call here from Snacks. Very clever play. Pasha going to end up dropping, and now they're trying to see if they can get onto this bomb site. Pronax, I think, was spotted, and he's going to get shot with a scout that they picked up. Follow-up HE from Taz, and Pronax is gone, and Fnatic going to run away and save. This was a very smart round, and a round that was very unlike a lot of other rounds from VP in the semis. They actually take the time to think about what they're doing.
Clever stuff there by Olafmeister, remembering to pick up that AWP that he dropped off of Pasha. That's actually a huge save if he can give that to JW in the next round, or even hold on to it himself. They're going to have something to work with here, Fnatic, but it is so important now that both of these players stay alive. But that was actually great restraint from VP, just trying to catch Fnatic off. And it actually works out perfectly. Olafmeister tried to rotate in quick, but it just wasn't fast enough. He couldn't have the impact. And Neo, like jumping scout right there, and Cat, that's just so nasty.
Yeah, so many things in that one round, actually, that were incredibly cool. You don't have a lot of time, but when you get the kill on JW over by the A ramp, you can try and guess, because there was no one else shooting from CT spawn. So they might have figured, all right, the hold is in fact going to be 2 people inside B. We've already taken out 1. Let's try and get back quick.
I'm wondering what happened with JW. What did he try and rush through the smoke with his scout? What happened there?
I think he tried to take a couple of shots through, and they just returned on him quick. I think just as the smoke went up, they tried to fire back at him. So
a bit much. It's a bit much.
Nobody holding in B this time around, but I don't really blame Fnatic. This is a pretty good call. Hope that they will run into your stack, and maybe you have the M4 and the AWP to make the difference. Neo going to be walking in here, flashed in by a couple of teammates, but this should be an easy round from VP now.
Yeah, they've got control of the B side for free. Olafmeister trying to get up here, but a Molotov goes off. That's going to force him out of window and basically out into the open. He should have been spotted backing off, however, as Pasha's going to make his way onto that bomb site with the bomb. So they will get the plant here. VP and start running down this clock. Pronax, free kill for him. Bialy doesn't know what hit him. Didn't know which way to look with that USP. And that's an AK now for Pronax to hold on to. This is going to get pretty interesting for Fnatic. If they can hold on to 3 guns, that's a lot of money that they're going to be saving. It's going to give them a little bit more longevity when it comes to this half.
And because they have the round lead anyway, Fnatic, it's nice for them to be able to put themselves in a situation like this where, all right, they save a couple of rifles, they'll have a great buy next half, or next round here, and they don't have to feel that much pressure, right? They have the buffer there to take some of the pressure off.
And we all know what Fnatic are capable of once they have a little bit of money to rub together. They get another gun out of this as well. Look at that. JW's like, sweet. He's going to come running into T-spawn, try and pick something up. Flusha could go for it as well. He's got that scout now. Could be looking to take the shot. Scout is a good weapon to hold on to, but I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to take the peek. He's actually going to hold on to it, though, in the end. So that's 4 guns in the end. That's insane. That's a full buy now for Fnatic. They have everything they need. Full nades, kits, the whole kit and caboodle.
And imagine how this round would have looked if Fnatic had gone for like a standard spread with 2 people B, 1 middle, 2 people A. Maybe they would have just got run over and lost one of the guns and then still lost the round anyway. They managed to actually do a pretty good stack and then try and fight for exit kills instead. Very smart choice. 9-12, moving into the 22nd round here of the last map.
Everybody gathered outside of long right now, VP. They're going to be trying to wait for the smoke to clear and then push together. Just go running out behind a flash. That could be an option. There's a single man holding here, and that's Pronax alone. 2-1-2 setup here for Fnatic right now to start things off. Is that the AWP up on long? I think it is. JW should be holding at the top. No, he's holding in mid instead. He takes the shot and misses it. Could have potentially picked off Snacks there, but no joy this time.
Smoke goes off into that what's normally B split, but they're going to be out long instead, and Pronax will have heard them. AK in the pit here. He's going to be taking down Neo first. Flashes and everything else raining through. He's got no backup down here, Pronax, but he's doing a wonderful job. That double kill making all the difference. Now Pasha, I mean, if Fnatic face here, there's a chance that they could bring it back, but if Fnatic just play this one safe, I don't think there's any chance that VP can win this round.
Yeah, and Fnatic aren't going to make that kind of mistake right now. They aren't going to go for the peak. Pasha's just going to be sitting here on plateau until the cows come home, right? He's going to get that Molotov to force Olofmeister out, so that's actually very well spent there. Olofmeister going to have to change up, but he uses the smoke to his advantage. Still no targets. Flusha finds the shot onto Taz, and that leaves Pasha all by his lonesome. He's the last man alive here. HE there is a parting shot, and Krim's there to pick up the final kill. 13 rounds now on the board for Fnatic, and VP, they're in dire straits. It's not going to get any easier here for them. Their money is in shambles. They do have enough on Taz with nearly 9,000 on him, so he's going to be able to drop a couple guns for his teammates there. But look at this Snacks. It's not Pasha going for the AWP. It's not that getting dropped. It's Snacks just straight up buying one himself.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder, he's in the middle as well, trying to look for the kill. He misses it somehow. Looked like that was very close indeed. And Olofmeister going for the aggression. See if it's gonna work out this time for him.
And he knows now that Snacks is still hanging around here. Snacks has no idea. He should have no reason to suspect Olofmeister being all the way up top mid like that. And now JW, he gets the HE just in time to stop that push. JW wallbang onto Bialy, shuts him down. And now this is it. JW still alive in CT, hits the flick. No Fuss is there just in the nick of time to keep him alive. And another wallbang from JW, but a double kill from Neo. He's not done yet. He's still got fight in him in a 1v3 situation. But he gets shot in the back by Olofmeister, who was still up in T-spawn, and that puts Fnatic up on 14 rounds, and that completely shatters VP's economy. They have nothing left. It is a force buy, and it's a pause as well. Timeout called by VP.
Yeah, you can't blame them for that. I mean, if ever there was a time to talk it over, it's probably now. How do you come up with an answer to what Fnatic are throwing at them? These rounds where it's just Olofmeister sneaking up middle, they're so hard to deal with. I mean, there is a reason. I mean, when Fnatic were playing on the T side, you actually saw that they were maybe expecting something similar from VP, because they had rounds where they set up outside of long and just were looking middle, waiting for that to happen. But VP might have their focus later in the round right now. They're not, they're so focused on how do we execute towards a site that they forget some of the basic stuff, and that's the pressure of playing on LAN in a tournament as big as this one against a team as powerful and aggressive as Fnatic. It's simple, really, really basic stuff, but sometimes Olofmeister is allowed to get away with it.
It seems like it. I mean, well, he's just hitting those timings perfectly, because a split-second difference there, there's 3 players from Virtus.Pro coming out of Lower Dark. They might spot him out. They might hear the steps. They might hear any number of things. But VP was just so fast to act, or VP Olofmeister was just so fast to act to get up to top mid. That's how it's supposed to be done here for Fnatic. It's those kinds of big risk plays that are paying off. And now the unpause comes through. That's it. They're committed. VP, they need to run it back flawless from here on out if they want to dodge overtime.
And look at the call here. They actually will try and play for overtime instead. They say, all right, how difficult can it be? What's the money like on Fnatic as well? I mean, right now, they don't have that much money. So if VP win this round and the next, it's possible. They can force Fnatic to eco and potentially get the overtime. It's definitely doable.
They actually had a pretty good B spawn there, Virtus.Pro. And they're still gathering up. 4 players, soon to be 5 here, going towards that B site. And it is going to be straight up smoke, pop flash, and just run and gun with the P250. This could work. There's only 1 man holding solid on that site.
Yeah, they're already in. Krim's being forced out as well, and Flusher, Olofmeister each picking up a kill by Ali. Finally with a return, and Krims is very low on health, but this round is still very far away from being in VP's hands. The bomb, are they going to get a chance to plant it? Pasha's going to get it through. I'd be very impressed if they can make it out of here without Fnatic retaking the bomb site. They are a man up, and they have a lot more equipment. VP just have pistols and no grenades, no armor, and no nothing. Flashes rain in left and right. VP, they can't see a thing half the time. Pronak's going to pick up the 1 kill here. Crims with a double kill. Even at 2 health, he's able to do it. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. 14 rounds, now about to be 15 for Fnatic. And VP, they get the bomb plant, which is actually pretty important here. The money really helped them out.
That gives Snacks an op if he wants it. I don't think that he went for it, though. But, yeah, and you got to admire how Fnatic as well. They don't leave anything to chance. They use all their nades. They wait for the split. They put 2 into Upper Dark, 2 on Slope. They're just doubling up everywhere. I mean, it was just textbook, perfect play from Fnatic to retake that site, not giving anything to VP.
Speaking of Fnatic, they're reading this round might be a B-split push. They've already done the boost in CT spawn. They're expecting that this is what VP took the pause for. This is the round that they called. So we're going to see if Pronax is right here. This is where Pronax does a lot of his really good work. Pasha already very low on health, and JW being really aggressive here. They've only got 1 person towards the A side of the map in this round, Fnatic, so they're feeling very confident in this call that that there might be some aggression, either mid or B.
Now the rotation comes through. It looks like JW trying to get over there as quickly as possible. He's going to be able to support mid if he needs to, but does he go for this shot? Really?
No.
Really, JW trying to pull a simple?
No.
Oh my god, if he'd have done that. Unreal, but Neo manages to get out quick and gets the punish onto JW. Now a 4-on-3 situation here. Fnatic, are they going to be able to get the retake going? Pronax is working closer and closer to Long, but Flush is going to start things off by taking out Pasha, denying the bomb plant. So a second try is going to have to come through, but Neo lurking around mid takes out Olafmeister. Pronax, though, wins the duel with Bialy at Long. So it's a 3-on-3 now for Fnatic.
But the bomb is planted in a weird position for a VPR right now. They can't cover that bomb from short, so actually this is a bit of a tricky position right now for the Polish team. Snacks, though, trying to see if he can walk in and get the kill. He will, but he's also going to be alone now in a 1v2, and falling back here is not going to help him. If they defuse, he can't stop them from this position, and that's a big issue. Trying to get the spray there on the bomb. He has to walk out and face. Oh, no. Ends up dropping, and that's going to be 16-9. Fnatic making another grand finals here with a very convincing win on the last 2 maps.
It's just terrific stuff. Once they figured it out, once they got eyes up there, like, okay, we know exactly what we have to do. And in the end, Fnatic just carry on a clear victory as well. It wasn't anything close. It wasn't anywhere near 30 rounds.
And you know what? It's a real delight to see Fnatic back at this level here, because they've had some shaky tournaments, some shaky moments, obviously losing to CLG earlier in the tournament, although they were a big surprise in how strong they actually were. Still, it's a delight to see that they're heading into this grand finals with this kind of confidence. And Cloud9 on the other side were looking pretty much just as dominant. So
you know who's breathing a sigh of relief right now, though? Cloud9. They don't want to play Virtus.Pro. They want to play Fnatic.
Yeah, you're actually exactly right. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I think actually playing VP would have been potential. I think Sean has a better read on Fnatic than he does on Snacks or anyone else on VP. So I think you actually might be right. Even though Fnatic might be the stronger team, I think there's a sense of preparation going into the grand finals here.
You have a lot to go off of with Fnatic as well. But yeah, Fnatic, yet another grand finals. I mean, basically, there was a chance that TSM, at the beginning of the storyline, right, the TSM would be to have the chance to actually challenge Fnatic for that top spot, for that first spot in the world, especially best team in the world. That didn't pan out. Fnatic beat them up in a best of 1, and now Fnatic have made yet another grand final. That's pretty much establishing it. This is the team, the gods basically of CS at this point in time.
Pronax sacrificed so much to get them there as well. That calling was unreal at the end. But we're not going to discuss it too much further. They will do that on the analyst desk. So Alex, break it down for us.
To go deeper.
With pleasure, Anders. And of course, I've got the brains of CSGO beside me to help me do just that. We do have a confirmed grand final, gentlemen. It's going to be Fnatic who look to take on Cloud9. And what a ride that was then for Fnatic. At the first time we saw Fnatic having a couple more cracks to this team. You've decided, you've dubbed them the gods of CSGO, but those gods seem to definitely have a couple of weaknesses as well.
Yeah, I mean, but that was the most stable. We saw them all of this best of 3. A lot of good calling from Pronax, especially. There was a round where they faked a long take and then went for a cap peek, and that went just perfectly, and that was just fun to watch.
Pronax just explained exactly what was going to happen during the round. Like, this is what Pasha will do. Like, he will do this and this and this, so we'll get the opening to do this.
Yeah,
and it just worked out perfect.
It was like a movie script being displayed right in front of you. Like, all right, cool.
I think that's actually kind of interesting, because with that grand final that we have, the talk of Sean this entire event is his ability to read teams, to make those calls, to put his teammates in the right position. And now we're talking about Pronax doing the exact same thing. So I said before the series that Fnatic would be the final boss for Sean and Cloud9. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even highlighted it before that Sean he doesn't understand exactly like how Pronex calls. Like he can't read them. He's said before, like with a couple of rounds, he's just astonishing. But I mean, it's been a development since that, for sure for Sean, and I think they actually have like a legitimate chance. I still favor Fnatic, obviously, but
Yeah, I thought it was a testament. That map was a testament to the fact that the Fnatic's players should really listen to Pronex.
yeah.
That you mean you just went for, you just saw what happens when
Just
they
putting
listen.
it out there to you boys, if you're watching Fnatic.
I mean, Fletcher's over there. We'll be able to point at him. But yeah, so to wrap it all up then, that game, we finally started to see what happens when the communications in Fnatic stabilize. Is that the kind of overarching opinion? What happened in the Virtus.Pro camp? Was that Virtus.Pro's best?
Well, I still want to, before we go into that,
Yeah.
I want to highlight Olaf. He was amazing throughout the series. He just did so much work on the communication, the entry frags. I mean, just playing the clutch round and keeping everyone calm. It was just a pleasure to watch and listen to. So, yeah, it just highlights the fact that he is the best player.
Yeah, and like we were said before, it's going to be a problem for VP that Fnatic plays such a dynamic CT, and I think that was a pretty good case of that. We saw Olaf just pushing up on Cat, getting a pick up there, and then from there on it was really hard. Like a lot of the things they do are something you're just not going to be expecting, and if you had a plan before the round, it's going to be totally ruined, and so it's just always that much harder.
Yeah, a real kind of difficult battle for Virtus.Pro from the start. Overpass was always only ever going to go one way, and we're actually having a very similar battle here as Moses tries to battle with his headset strap.
Well, I mean, it's. I think Summer nailed it after the match when he said that Cloud9 has got to be happy they're not facing Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro has a lot of confidence against Cloud9, against North American teams in general, and I mean, as much as it's not like you're winning anything by having to go against Fnatic, but I think they'd much rather do that than Virtus.Pro.
Well, we'll find out. We're going to be talking to Flusher and his thoughts on that one. But first, let's look at those brackets and see how that has left us. What a day it has been, or what a set of days it has been from those quarters all the way to that grand final, which will be played tomorrow around 5:30 CET. And you can just see how hard they had to fight. Cloud9 versus CLG, of course, was that first game of the day, and we saw North America battle it out to try and face off with EU in the final. And Fnatic versus Pro went a little bit longer, that 2-1, but we are now joined by Flusher, a well-bearded Flusher as well. Welcome to the desk, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so how did that game feel for you guys? Because we first of all pointed out, this didn't feel like Fnatic were cool, calm, collected.
Yeah, first map we started really badly, I guess. We were really stressed. We didn't really drink enough water to focus, and it's like 32 degrees where we're playing. So I don't know. We just talked between the maps and we just wrecked them on Overpass, I guess.
Yeah, it felt to us like it was still pretty stressful on Overpass, even though you were up like 9-1. It still sounded to me. I was listening in on your comms. It was like, boys, why are you stressed? You're 9-1 up, boys. Like, take it easy. But, you know, it's just a scary factor for everyone else to know that even though you guys are stressed, you can still be leading 9-1.
Yeah.
And I mean, the next question is pretty obvious, I think, is how has this tournament felt for you guys? It hasn't been the easiest performance for you guys, and especially from your individual perspective. We heard what Olaf had to say, but from you, how has this tournament felt?
I can't say I've had the best experience. Like, the heat it makes us play so much worse. And I guess the BO1 system, it's already brought up, so it's okay, I'll say.
but the heat has been an issue. I mean, we've got like all the aircon on full blast. We're sitting there wiping our brows mid-cast. It really has. With our claim was that Keatstars had summoned the Brazilian sun here.
Yeah, I think they had the edge on this one.
Yeah, they definitely did. We need to look forward to the final then. That's going to be the next question. And you see Cloud9, you've seen their recent performances. Is there some confidence there for you guys?
We've always played good against Cloud9. We haven't really had any problems, but they seem to have stepped up really much lately. So we'll see. We'll watch some VODs from today and look what we can anti-strat them on and what they're doing good and what map we shouldn't play against them.
Fantastic. Any closing questions from you, Moses?
I mean, you kind of answered a little bit there, but just with Virtus.Pro's come out and said that they like playing against that North American play style. They just feel like they can stomp against it. Is there anything like in specific general across all the North American teams that you feel you guys can take advantage of?
I haven't really seen the style yet, since we've only played one game, but they definitely have gotten a new style since the new league and everything. So everyone is more prepared, more team strategy based. Since before they were puggy and we could just run over them just with skill, and now we need to focus a bit more and have some more team strats.
Yeah, I mean, I guess is that what happened against CLG? Is you went in thinking it was what it was before?
Yeah, I think they got exactly the map they had, and threats. Whatever we did, they had the answer.
It certainly seemed that way. Thank you very much for your time, dude, and congratulations on getting to the final. A very hot way to get there, but you got there nonetheless. Just before we go, don't go walking in front of the camera just yet.
No passion.
We do have to just finish by talking about theScore one last time. The theScore app is available. I've just installed it myself, and it's just there for all of your results as well as live feed of the games going on. So do be sure to check that out on iOS and on the Google Play Store. But from everyone here, it's time for us to say goodbye. And really look forward towards the grand finals. Kick it off at 5. Do not miss it. It's going to be amazing, and we'll see you there.